Hey Kev, it's time to record a new Smodcast.
Fuck off. I'm listening to one of the other great shows on the Smodcast Podcast Network. Scott?
There's so many to choose from.
You damn skippy, there's so many to choose from. I'm on 5 every week myself, man. Hollywood Babylon on Monday, Smodcast with you on Tuesday, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Wednesday with Jay Muse, Fat Man on Batman every Thursday, and then I wrap up the week with Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
There's so many to choose from.
Hell yeah, son, and those aren't the only podcasts. Those are just the ones I'm involved with. What about the podcasts of Smodco that don't feature me, man? Like Tell 'em Steve Dave, Last Week on Earth with Ben Glebe, I Sell Comics with Ming and Mike.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey man, there's also Film School Fridays or Netheads or Get Up on This, Team Jack.
There's so many to choose from.
The Breaks, man. Waking from the American Dream, Bagged and Boarded, Phoebe, Soundbite Nation. These are all the shows you could be listening to over at smodcast.com, Scott.
There's so many to choose from.
And if audio's not enough for you, man, if you're just like, no, I want the thick dick of video as well, man, well, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is C-Smod, or you can watch Comic Book Men, our show on AMC, following The Walking Dead and The Talking Dead every Sunday night.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. So get choosing, kids. Go to smodcast.com. Start getting picky, man. Stick these sweet, sweet oral sounds into your ear pussies.
There's so many to choose from.
You said that already.
There's so many to choose from.
Everybody, and welcome to I Sell Comics, the weekly comics report with Mike and Ming, broadcasting live from the home of the comic book men.
Speak into the microphone,
Jay
Ming.
and Silent Bob's secret stash. My name is Ming Chen, sitting across from me.
I am Michael Zapcic.
Michael Zapcic.
I am Mike Zapcic.
He's been built, he's been repaired, he's been patched up, he's back, better than ever.
I just want to say one thing.
Say it.
The Secret Stash podcast we did this morning.
Yes.
Got some great reviews in this already.
Okay.
Great Grandma Mary banged a lot. How much for a half and half? That was great. The best tweet I've gotten today.
In reference to?
It was in reference to my great grandmother who was an Irish prostitute.
Oh, right. Mary Zapcic?
No, Zapcic. That's not an Irish name. It was on my mother's side. So, like I said, I have no idea what I know what my mother's maiden name was, but it was my mother's mother's mother. So that makes her my grandmother, and it's like 3 generations back.
Okay.
And I have no idea what their Irish name.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, Skank! I have no idea what her.
But this is somebody calling
something
out your great-grandmother.
You asked me something about and I said my great grandmother was.
Okay.
She was a prostitute in Philadelphia when she got off the boat from Ireland.
Okay.
Because that's how she made her living on her back.
Right.
So God bless her and all her fine kin.
Hey, if it wasn't for that, you might not be here.
True. Or I might have been here
that's all I'm saying.
2 months early. I have no idea. So great grandma Mary banged a lot. This is from Agamemnon.
Yeah, Agamemnon.
1989.
One of my favorite listeners of the week.
That was
of the year.
awesome. That was great. Thank you so much.
Guy's on fire.
He was.
Agamemnon, you're on fire.
And Xanthios asked, "What's wrong with garbage-picked food? You fat cats didn't finish your plankton. Now it's mine." Exactly. That's fantastic. I love it.
Listen to the Secret Stash podcast. We were catching up. We were
Hell
behind.
yeah.
If you watch Comic Book Men, listen to the Secret Stash companion podcast. But this is I Sell Comics.
Hell yes, it is. But I had to throw that out there.
I had to throw it out there.
Because my prostitute forebearers.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Good to see you, Mike. This is now at our new time slot, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
By request of the great Walt Flanagan.
Yeah, he doesn't ask us for much, folks, so we figured we'd chuck this at him.
Yeah, he's like, well, Mike, get your work done. You get your work done?
If you get your work done,
you can go outside and play.
I can play.
You can go outside and podcast.
And I done got my work done.
So here we are. So old time slot, 2:15 Eastern. New time slot, 5 p.m. Just in time for you commuters out there.
That's right. We're drive time.
They call us afternoon drive.
So here's the thing. Okay. Next week I don't get my work done. I can't come out and play, man. I'm grounded.
That reminds me of the stories. I don't know if you remember the Kevin stories. Like one time,
Yes.
it was him,
Oh, this is great.
Bryan and Walt, and Kevin had gone back home, and then he'd gone back home to grab a jacket because they were going to the movies. It's like 8:00 at night, and grabs his jacket. He's about to head out, and his mom was like, "You're not going out.
Hey, where do you think you're going,
Where do you
mister?
think you're going?" It's like, "I'm going out. I'm going to the movies with Walt and Bryan." She's like, "No, you're not. You've been out too long today. You're staying in."
It's like 22, right?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, and that's the kicker. He was 22. He was like 22. And,
You know what, Grace? I just want you to know, Grace is Kevin's mom. I love you, Grace.
Yes.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Because my mom would have done the same thing to me.
Really? But I mean,
No, you are not going
the
out.
painful part, and I've had this happen to me, but I was like 16.
Yeah.
I was still
You have to tell your friends.
still under lock and key at
can't
home.
go.
And he had to go open the door and be like, "Listen, I can't go, guys."
can't
They're
go.
like, "What are you talking about? Let's go." It's like, yeah, my mommy won't.
Mom won't let me go.
Mom won't let me go to the movies. Those guys are looking at her like he's crazy.
I've had that happen to me when I was like 10.
One of my favorite stories of all time.
Yes.
It's a story that kicked off a network, that launched a network. I would say.
Yes.
I heard that story. I'm like, I'm in, man. I'm gonna listen to all of these. So anyways, we are on live right now. You can tweet us. I am at Ming Chen 37,
And I'm at Michael Zapcic. Remember, that's Ming Chen with a 37 at the end.
yes, and remember it's Michael Zapcic with a Zapcic. I'm spelling that for you because I'm a nice guy.
Woo-ha.
Yes, and you can ask us anything. You can
Wrap your head around. Ask us anything you can jam into 144 characters.
You can complain.
No, you can't.
We'll laugh at you.
Yes, we will. If you complain, I will ridicule you.
But if you want to complain, jump on the Bryan Johnson bandwagon.
Bryan
He's been
Johnson.
a little cranky this week.
He's,
What's going
you
on?
know,
I mean, like,
you mean crankier than usual?
yeah. What's going on? What do you think's going on?
Oh.
I'm not worried, but like, you know,
He showed up for our panel on Sunday, and that's all I really cared about.
that's all I really care about. We'll recap that. But
Yeah.
I mean, is his cycle in sync with Pam's? Like, what's going on, man?
I would hope that Pam has no cycle now.
Good point.
I would
Okay,
hope.
so he's synced up with Suzanne then.
Probably.
All right. I just something I noticed. Just pointing out something. Easter weekend coming up.
Yes, Easter. Happy Easter to all our. And it was just Passover. Is Passover tonight? And Passover was last night, right?
Yes, the Passover. There's a thing
The
called
Seder
the
dinner.
Yeah.
Seder, not Cedar. Seder dinner.
Okay.
And I worked for a Jewish caterer, so not a good one, but I worked for a Jewish caterer.
So you can tell me what's kosher or not.
According to my former boss, just about everything's kosher.
Okay.
Lobster, sure, why not?
Okay, bacon, sure.
You betcha.
Bacon.
Bacon wrapped scallops, you got it, buddy.
Kosher. Eat up.
Enjoy 3.
Eat up. Now, traditionally, I go to Ohio over the Easter week.
Okay.
And I'm not. You know, it came down to the wire. It's like,
Right.
are you going? Yeah, I'm going. See you later, Mike. We'll run the.
Yeah, we were going to run the Asbury Park
ComicCon panel, something like that
right.
this week. Wife got sick, not going to Ohio.
Bummer.
But one thing I wanted to do, my favorite comic book store out there, Comic Town, if you live in the Columbus, Ohio area.
Okay.
I was just going to pop in.
You're going to bomb Comic
I was going
Town?
to pop in unannounced. You know, you ever heard those stories where like a New York Yankee will stop in at like a little league
Sure,
playground?
Sure,
They'll
why
toss
not?
batting practice to the kids, and like it'll be holy crap.
Really, you go in there and
Holy shit! Derek Jeter stopped by this field, or you know, like a movie star will stop in.
you're going to go in and upsell Gen 13.
Yeah, so I was gonna go pop into Comic Town, like you know, like Derek Jeter popping into. I'm kidding.
I think that would be so awesome if they just fucking wailed on you with
They
like
wouldn't have mailed on
with trivia.
Oh,
Hey,
trivia. Hey Ming, who? I was like, oh no.
I have no idea. Chew a gumball.
Yeah,
chew a gumball.
like
Get
you
the
did
fuck out.
like
yeah.
you did on the television.
Bitch.
Yeah, dumbass. Who's the star now? Who's
Yeah. Who's
the a-hole now?
Who's the
You
comic
are.
book man
No,
now?
no,
I am.
I'm saying Comic Town's a friend. They're friendly to
That's
comic
awesome.
book
That's cool.
Last time I walked in there unannounced, they had the
A
first
cake
time I
for
went
you?
there, they had the comic book man window cling on their window.
Fantastic.
Sent to all the comic book retailers from Diamond, and I'm sure 99% of those got chucked. Like, we ain't advertising this. It ain't an art store.
Even we throw it out. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know where is ours. We didn't even put it up.
We did not.
We should have put it up. Anyways, so Comic Town, big shout out to. Gonna miss Columbus, Ohio this week.
Okay, bummer.
They have 5 stores in that.
Is
town.
Debbie okay?
She's fine.
Is it like
Little
just
touch of the flu.
Gotcha,
Something
flu.
going around.
Yeah, well, you probably gave it to her.
I gave it to her.
I
gave it to her, Mike.
Dear God in heaven.
Yeah. Anyways, also wanted to announce that I saw
Johnson was sick this weekend. He had a
Mike,
touch
it's
of the
not
flu.
funny.
I'm just saying.
Mike, hey, Mike, you want to go to the hospital again?
No, all right,
go to the
never mind.
hospital again?
I apologize, Mr. Chen. I'm sorry.
I'm just checking. Also, I saw Comics also angling for a sponsorship deal with Under Armour. We are big supporters of the Alter Ego line of clothing.
Hell yes.
Under Armour, if you're listening. Mike wears his Alter Ego Superman Man of Steel shirt.
You bet I do.
Every ComicCon that we have been to, he will continue to go and do that until that shirt falls apart.
We're doing
which
it
it won't because it's Under Armour. That stuff don't.
That stuff don't fall apart. That stuff don't fade.
No, it don't. So, and I know you want they just launched the Captain America line.
Yes.
I know you want the Cap stuff.
I do.
I know you want the Cap stuff. The Agent, there's one with the Shield logo. There's one with Cap's both of his costumes.
Yes, I want his new costume. I think that's awesome.
They got the Marvel license.
They've got all the licenses.
It's pretty sweet. When they come out with the long shot model, which they'll never, it's going to be a long shot as to whether they'll come with a long shot.
Oh, you mean costume. A long sleeve or long shot
like
costume?
A long shot costume, Under Armour top.
I hate to tell you, would have to wear the Pat Benatar wig with that.
Oh yeah,
the blonde
Pat.
Oh yeah, that was the world's worst haircut. As a matter of fact, we'll do a little recap on the Comic-Con that we went to this past weekend, the Asbury Park ComicCon.
Absolutely. Bigger. We got more breaking news coming up.
Yeah.
Mike, have you seen the most recent Days of Future Past trailer? Tell me you have.
I have.
Okay, good thing. Good boy.
Excellent. Yes,
good boy. What the hell am I saying?
Good
man.
Idea. Okay.
Good man. I know. I burst in here. I'm like, Mike. She's your trailer. It's freaking awesome.
Yes, it is.
Usually,
that's pretty cool.
Your usual calm self, like, no, I've not.
But I'll
watch it when I want to watch it.
But I watched it, and it's pretty kick ass.
Yes. And what? Walt Flanagan, everybody. Walt Flanagan.
Proofreading.
I
want to see how cutting edge or how dangerous I Saw Comics wants to get, or controversial.
Okay.
And I guess you're keeping it kind of vanilla, huh? You're not going to mention
the Bryan Singer?
The Bryan Singer?
Oh, no, we are going to mention the Bryan Singer thing. We have to.
Point,
no, what it
You wouldn't want to talk about it, huh?
It's an odd story. How did this come on your radar? You usually don't. You normally don't seek out breaking news stories such as this. How did this come on your radar? Someone come in and mention it?
Someone asked me what I thought of it, and in the store, and I had to look it up because I didn't know what they were talking about.
We'll talk.
Walt Flanagan. Actually, you want to sit down and talk about it? Let's talk about it. Come on.
I wasn't planning.
This is a hot topic.
I wasn't planning on it. It's just kind of.
Why not?
Oh, I was going to jump on it.
Okay,
Why not?
I wanted to talk about it.
Why didn't you want to talk about it?
I mean,
That's interesting. More interesting to me than Bryan Singer
crying about PMSing about dudes on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's more interesting. Why you chose that?
All right, well
that's a hot tomato for you.
Let's bring it. No, it's not too hot. It's
just cutting edge. I love this.
I read, I think it's on TMZ or HuffPost or something. It was written in such a sensational manner that
you didn't give it credence.
I gave it credence, but I didn't. It didn't tell his side of the story.
I saw it on IMDb this morning.
Let's talk about the story then.
I guess we're talking about this story.
Accused.
I mean, more credence. You wouldn't give that more credence than the Asbury Park ComicCon post-show thoughts. How much more is there to talk about this show?
We didn't talk about it. We were there. We didn't talk about all this.
Asbury Park ComicCon ad nauseum by now.
We didn't talk about what happened after. We were there.
What happened after?
That's
more titillating.
You know what? Screw it. All right. You know what? Fuck you, Asbury Park ComicCon. Let's talk about Bryan Singer, everybody. Let's talk about Bryan Singer.
I'll sit back and listen.
Okay. So,
all right, Bryan Singer. The basically, what is there's
Bryan Singer,
a sexual abuse lawsuit.
Yeah, director of X-Men: Days of Future Past, as well as the other X-Men movies.
Okay.
And the usual suspects, accused of sexual assault, molestation. Trafficking a minor across state lines. What else, Mike?
I'm looking right here.
This was again. Why did you not feel it? Why did you think that I wasn't going to talk about this?
I don't know.
You've got to question because the man who makes the bullet points. If you're leaving that off, your bullet points.
I was going to do it from.
I sell comics.
I was going to do it because Comic Head asked us.
You know there are two of us.
Hey, Mike, what do you think about this?
You know there are two of us at this table.
blaming it on him.
I'm not blaming it on him. No, I'm not blaming anybody.
You're saying that you thought you weren't comfortable talking about this between you and Mike?
I'm not.
Like,
I'm totally not uncomfortable talking about it. It broke today, the story. I haven't heard Bryan Singer say the story. I'm just.
All right, hold on.
I want to hear more. I wanted more detail.
All right. He says it's a baseless, and he'll be vindicated through his lawyer. He says this, but here's what happened. Basically, he's accused of drugging, raping, and using his power to exploit a teenage boy in a lawsuit. But here's the thing:
underage minor.
Yeah.
It was filed in federal court in Hawaii.
It was.
But he's trafficked across state lines.
Yes.
You can't do that if it's an island. It's Hawaii. Where the hell did he take him? Did he fly him over?
He did. He did fly him
over. So
allegedly.
Allegedly
From where, California?
Yes.
Okay.
Los Angeles area.
So here's this guy who now. What is the age of consent in California? Do we know?
I believe it's 16.
16?
17.
All right, and in Hawaii it's probably 46.
I don't know.
I'm assuming just because.
Why are you slamming Hawaii so bad?
I'm not. I'm just saying because it's. Because he's the kid's 17. 17 year old.
He was 17 at the time this happened.
Okay, so
a few years back.
All right, at the age of consent in, I'm assuming 16 in California.
Let's say 16.
Parents not really happy.
No.
But what are you going to do? The kid's of age.
Okay.
In New Jersey, it's 17. In Hawaii, it's how long? He was 17, so he was of age.
Right. That doesn't.
But hold on, he was of age in California.
Right.
Was he of age in Hawaii? That's the whole thing.
It doesn't matter. It's allegedly he assaulted him, but no consent.
Okay, but then he said he was forcibly sodomized by Bryan Singer.
Yes.
Okay. This is weird. It's kind of, is that Brian on? I'm just listening to
Brian Johnson just texted me. He's listening live. Okay? This show. What the hell is he doing? That he's listening live. He's got so much on his plate right now.
What does he have on his plate?
He's got the puppet movie.
You son of a bitch! Why aren't you writing the puppet movie?
He's supposed to be writing the puppet movie right now.
No, well, not right now, but you know what I'm saying. But
what is this exactly?
Because times better with you.
Oh sure.
I text you that all the time.
Thank you, Bryan Johnson. But
I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing that. I just say I didn't.
Bryan Johnson, can you text me? Do you feel that someone is asleep at the wheel when a story like this breaks on a comic book podcast and they may not have even spoken about it today? Well, unless Mike was going to bring it up.
Mike said he was going to bring it up.
I was going to bring it up, yes.
He said he was going to bring it up.
But Ming, I don't know, man, because I thought you liked to titillate into...
I do.
I love the fact that you love that word, titillate.
I thought you liked to press the boundaries and kind of go where other comic book podcasts
Sure.
won't.
We're walking that line.
I'm surprised
You're concerned?
that you didn't. I'm surprised that you felt like you weren't comfortable enough to bring it up.
Ming Chen not comfortable in his sexuality enough to bring it up.
I just didn't hear anything from his camp other than like this is basically
His lawyer says that he will be vindicated. Now, I want to hear what's going on. Now, did he think that the kid was of age and that there was consent?
That's the thing. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. That's why I was waiting to hear the other side.
Do you give him more benefit of the doubt because he's the X-Men guy?
No.
Would you give the same level of
no? In fact,
both sides to if he had created something like
Why the Last Man?
No, absolutely. And as he is from reading the story. Oh God!
What does Brian have to say now? Brian could tweet me, but he doesn't.
I don't even know what that means.
All right. From what I read, this was this kid looks like he was put in vulnerable positions.
Kid.
Wait a minute, hold on.
17.
How old is Bryan Singer?
He's, I don't know, 40s maybe? Maybe he was in late 30s when this happened.
So this doesn't turn you off a little bit? You're not like, ooh, this is...
Let me just call out this tech ant douche.
If he did
tech ant, you're such a cock. I'm sorry. Cock-a-doodle-doo. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. That was Brian Johnson who says that. Oh, Brian. Oh, well.
Go ahead, though.
No, from what I read.
Now, Brian, since you're listening live.
From what I read, it wasn't just him. It was another dude who's a producer or something, had like a big house, and people would come and party there. And it looks... Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm reading.
Glass tables maybe involved?
Sure.
Ew.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Glass
man.
tables, sure.
You can talk that way, but you don't have to use cuss words.
Oh, okay.
All right, Johnson, you're blocked. I'm
Yes,
blocking you right now.
Yes,
I'm blocking you,
and,
you jerk.
you know why I didn't bring the story up? Because the store is open. Where, you throwing on,
Wow.
throwing on stories like this.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Okay.
That was a great poll, Ming.
I thank
That's
you.
why I didn't bring the story up. You want the honest truth?
Wow.
I love that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
I know.
Oh, man.
Talk about it, but you gotta talk tightrope. Oh, here we go. If the store was closed, then you can
all bets are off.
All bets are off.
All bets were off.
And you wish you guys were podcasting on a glass table.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wish Mike was on that glass table. Under it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But no, from what I read, this guy would throw parties. His producer friends, Bryan Singer, would be in attendance of these parties, and stuff would happen. And this kid was at these parties probably more than once.
Actually, TSD groupie. No, not TSD.
And things
ant.
happen. And
sorry, Buckaroo, wasn't
Bryan
you.
Singer would put this kid on a private plane, fly him to Hawaii for God knows what. So that's. But now he's accusing him of assault. So did something happen?
Messy. Right?
Wow,
It is very messy.
And will it affect the X-Men movie?
No.
It won't?
Actually, I think it will. You got to. I think it's
think
gonna.
it will?
Oh, absolutely. Just for throwing this out there, and I'm sure he went to the.
Negatively or positively?
Oh, negatively. Oh, I think that there are going to be some.
How could it affect it
Yeah.
positively?
You don't think so?
How could it be
Oh, it's going to be good.
I just wanted to get Mike on the record.
Oh yeah, I think that there are going to be some.
We'll stay away.
Oh yeah, there are going to be some Christian groups who are going to be like, you know what, we shouldn't bring. And you know what, that's Middle America, and I mean, how much can they really
If it turns
do?
out to be true, will you feel that you shouldn't have went and gone and seen it?
It's
Bring your kids to
judge the art, not the artist. Unless he threw some film of stuff in there, he snuck some. That's just weird. Should I not take my kids to see it?
I don't know. It doesn't affect your guys' feelings on it. No, I mean, again, you hate to, proven innocent or proven
Right.
guilty.
Let's say he's guilty.
This has got.
Let's say he's guilty.
This has got to hurt the release of the movie.
Oh yeah, it's
Let's say
gonna.
he's guilty. Would you go? Are you going?
If he's guilty,
Yes.
Well, he can't possibly be found guilty by the time that movie's released. I imagine.
Let's say he makes a confession. It's like, yes, I did it. I'm turning myself in.
Oh my God.
Bryan Johnson with a great line. Like Mike doesn't know the age of consent in every state.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's why I called him a jackass.
But I think it's tough considering you that if this goes to trial,
Sure.
it won't be for years,
Right.
and by that time, you really couldn't have voted to stay away out of principle by that.
Right.
Now that thing, like Mike doesn't know the male age of consent in every state. That's not going to hurt me and my Twitter feed.
Sure.
It's going to make Mike the what is that the cute
the ultimate.
Exactly, Bryan Johnson. Yeah, right.
Takes what he says to heart. They know. It's
Actually, no, that's not true. I've got.
jabs.
It's been favorited by everyone, including Bryan Singer. Oh my God, Bryan Singer favorited that tweet. Oh, that's horrible.
That is a good
When is it
question.
released?
It is released. Was it July?
It's
Seen any
yeah.
footage of it yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's that we were just talking about it.
looks amazing.
Ironically, we were talking about the.
It looks amazing. I wish
right
it would be
there.
out. It's so good. I wish it would come out tomorrow. It's amazing.
He wants it to come out tomorrow so it doesn't taint his memories.
Yeah, no,
Before more dirt comes out, I'll be able to watch it with a clear
well,
conscience.
Oh my God, this is like the 60th complaint.
that is a great question though. There was a movie that came out called Powder, and the director
Yeah.
was he was guilty. He was guilty of
Stuff.
what Bryan Singer is accused of, and it definitely affected the movie.
Of course, but it was
This one, X-Men. Does that trump?
absolutely. Of course it does. How can it not?
Powder was a movie that not a lot of people
cared about.
Well, it was.
But it didn't have the kind of
Cash. No.
I don't know. It had Mary Steenburgen, so.
Is Hugh Jackman in this new movie?
He is, yes.
He is, yeah.
Wolverine, reprising Wolverine?
Yes.
It's got
Yeah, I gotta go, man. He's such a good Wolverine. I know
Okay.
I have to go see it.
Well, everybody looks amazing in that. From what I saw in the
true,
trailer.
but you're saying to yourself, "Oh my God." You know, this is a Roman Polanski situation all over.
Sure. And people went to see his movies. They looked past that.
Yeah, but still.
Hollywood that support that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's obviously guilty. He freaking fled. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think Bryan Singer flees, or does he stay and fight?
No, he's. I think he stays and fights.
Now, does Hollywood back him?
I mean, I got to hear more of the story. It depends.
I mean, you're like Mike is saying, it's a matter of months, possibly.
Sure, absolutely. But if he did it, no, I don't think he gets any support. No,
you don't think
if he did it,
months, like we're talking like the right?
Yeah, it's what are you talking about? What?
Like the age of consent. Like if in Hawaii it's if it's older than
what is Brian saying now? Oh my God, he's like, I'm tweeting you, and then he doesn't tweet, except for what does he say now? Oh God,
Maybe we should go undercover and see if Bryan Singer will.
Ming, we can dress you up like.
So I'm like the real life Mystique. I just.
Oh dear
right,
God!
So, Ming, just before I go, then
Yes.
you're on record. You will go see the movie. You won't have any baggage weighing you down mentally watching it. You will be completely.
From knowing
you'll
what
be
I
chowing down popcorn with a
smile on my face,
with a blank, vapid smile.
Isn't that pretty much what I have blanket vapid smile on my face, anyways?
So you will have no problems, no matter what happens.
Knowing what I know, what I know today,
Right.
yes.
What has to come out for you to be like, can't go see it?
I need like a guilty verdict.
All right, but just allegation-wise, no allegations, no heinous allegations can come out between now and the release of that movie more than what's come out so far,
right?
To make you go, you know what? I'll watch it on DVD. Let me just make sure that this guy is not guilty of everything.
But that's like buying Tracy Lord's porn on DVD and be like, you know what? I didn't watch it. It is illegal.
Yeah, so what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it
is illegal.
Well, you don't buy them. You just watch, right? That's not illegal. You don't own them.
There's no gray area there.
Yeah.
No. Well, if you watches them.
This one you can still make a case for gray area. That one's cut and dry. It's black or white, what you just mentioned.
Well, let's say he doesn't buy them, but somebody brings them over.
All right, maybe if
I can't touch you. Even as a dad, I can't touch you.
No, you can't. What if let's say 5 other.
You know what?
Allegations come out between now.
Oh my God, I can't go see it.
All right.
I can't.
Stand up guy.
But
disregard all of Brian's tweets, everybody.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that so you will disregard. I'll be going in a trench coat and a freaking hat.
Mark's glasses.
Yeah, with that nose and the muzzle.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, hey.
Hi, one for Days of Future Past. Brian sent me.
Thank you. Walt Flanagan, everybody. Walt Flanagan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Walt Flanagan.
What more if like 5 other people come out?
You know what? And they probably will, because this is his biggest thing to date, correct?
Biggest movie?
Biggest movie, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
The most anticipated. So
absolutely.
they're going to be just if this is true, it's gonna they're if he has done this before, right. If this is 1 time is not a pattern. 2 times maybe a pattern, sure. And 3 times is definitely.
Sure, it's 3 times guilt though.
Yeah,
3 times guilty. Sure.
So if
no, I'm just saying.
And I'm saying that these people are they looking for a payday, or did they go to him and say, "Hey,
it's happened."
Of course it has. It's happened before. What did Brian say now?
Well,
what was this?
Walt Flanagan, everybody. Walt Flanagan.
Brian Johnson's genius cannot just be. I cannot hide it. Just
okay.
Keep it to myself. He writes. I think Ming wants to see it so badly he let Singer babysit his kid so he could go.
Oh.
Bryan Johnson.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I had to share that. That one was too good just to keep between me and Brian.
Sure. All right, keep me updated.
You can say that's not true.
That's not true.
You just have to go wah wah wah. You can defend and be like, that's not true.
That's not true. It's not true.
Oh, sad. So he it comes out that he's guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Does it taint it for you? Does it taint everything he's ever done?
Yeah, of course. Of
Okay.
course it does.
Like Roman Polanski, I can't watch any of his movies at all.
Okay.
Rosemary's Baby, last time I saw it was after he had fled, but before I knew the full consequences.
Right.
And
so you do not own a copy on DVD?
No. And I was like, wow, this is it. And it was a superior film in many respects, but you just shake your head and go, how? You know what? Judge the art, not the artist. I find it hard to divorce one from the other in this particular. Like Kubrick, genius, a mad genius, but a genius. He, from what I understand, had some serious mental deficiencies. Hitchcock was a notorious lech.
Okay.
If you
it depends on where you draw the line at that. He's a womanizer.
No. I mean, no, not a womanizer. He was
beater?
No,
Struck
he was
women?
No. I didn't say wife beater. I said a lech. He would terrorize. He terrorized Tippi Hedren and destroyed her career.
Okay.
Take a look at just Google Hitchcock and Tippi Hedren, and Janet Leigh. He did a number on too. And here's a dude who'd show up kind of naked. Hitchcock would show up kind of naked at the ladies' dressing room. Oh, do you mind if I take off my pants? Stuff like that. Yeah. So you know what? On set, he's kind of a wacky guy.
Freaking Hollywood, man.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Hollywood.
Are you going to tell me that that's an excuse?
No, I'm not.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Hedonism is not an excuse.
Hollywood, you're heading in that direction, dude. You're a rising star in the industry.
Oh, come on.
Soon you'll be throwing like crazy parties with hot tubs. And
I will, and trust me, I will not be doing that. You can almost be. I will guarantee that.
Book it, Mike Zapcic guarantees.
Or book a Mike Zapcic party.
Yeah.
It'll be dull as dishwater. I swear to God. Ugh. And Brian's like, everything else you do is dull as dishwater. Let's see it, Brian. Come on, Twitter.
All right.
Come on, Twitter.
All right, can we get back to the trailer? Cool. This salacious information aside, you even forget Bryan Singer directed.
Hey, Walt. We need to have you on doing regular editorials.
He does anyways. He'll pop in.
Yeah, you're Richard.
You're 5 on your side. Your channel or whatever, 7 on your side or whatever it's called.
What Richard? What the hell is his last name? Richard Patterson, I think. No, it's Richard something. On Channel 11. We'd like to know.
Yeah, can we talk about the trailer?
All right, we have to talk about the trailer.
We can skip it.
All right, let's talk about the X-Spidey crossover.
Okay. Let's talk about the X-Spidey crossover. All right, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 coming out.
Yes.
Mike,
the wind is taken out of your sails, Ming. You are like low energy right now.
There's no wind.
Yes, there is. There's no wind.
I got wind.
I've got wind.
I got plenty of wind.
All right, come on.
I got plenty of wind.
Now, you beat him, Walt.
Absolutely not.
Okay, here we go.
Absolutely.
The X-Men Spider-Man crossover.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2 coming out. You've gone on record not that excited.
I am not a huge I'm not a huge Andrew Garfield fan.
Too cool as Spider-Man, you think?
Too cool?
I've heard that.
He's too hipster douchey.
That's what I'm talking about. Too cool for Spider-Man.
If that's cool, I personally don't think it's cool. But if that's the way
too hipster,
too
Peter
hipster,
Parker should
yeah.
be like the beat down.
No, I don't think he should be totally beat down. I think he should have a little bit of backbone, because if he didn't have at least a little to start with, he wouldn't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
If he was always a total wuss, you give him superpowers, he's going to be a wuss with superpowers, right?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, pretty much. You think the powers make the man? I don't think so.
I think it helps.
Here's part of the whole thing, and part of what most people, why they connect with Spider-Man is he throws on a full bodysuit. He is anonymous from head to toe.
Okay.
That gives him the license to be whoever he wants.
Right.
He wanted to be.
You're talking about half the internet right now.
Exactly. And to half the internet. My God. I mean, just Johnson himself. Holy crap.
So, reports have come out that
Yes.
there is an end credit scene.
Yes.
And the end credit scene features X-Men characters, Mike.
I had heard.
Features Mystique. Your favorite, Mystique, Havoc, and Toad.
Yes.
Taking on William Stryker.
Stryker, yes.
Now, you're asking me, Mike. I know what you're asking me. You're asking me, what the hell are X-Men characters doing in a Spider-Man movie? A fight at the end of the end credit scene. What you're asking me this? You're like, oh, holy crap! Is there going to be some kind of
I don't think I
crossover?
said that, but you are.
You're thinking this though.
All right, I'm
thinking why?
maybe I'm thinking it.
Is there going to be a crossover?
Okay.
Spider-Man, Sony property,
Taking on Stryker,
X-Men, Fox,
right?
and
I'm sorry. Who's the Sony property?
Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
Okay,
You're thinking, what the hell's going on here?
but
Are we
okay.
looking at the future here?
And are we?
Not exactly.
Okay.
The end result not that exciting, Mike. I know you're frothing at the mouth.
I was whipping myself up into a lather, right, Mark?
Yeah, no. Mark Webb, who directed Amazing Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
directed a movie for Fox, owed them a movie, and they let him out of the contract on one condition, that Sony would promote the X-Men movie somehow.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
That's as prosaic as it gets.
Pretty much,
And
yes.
that's Days of Future Past that they're showing, right?
Yes. Well, with the characters from Days of Future Past,
Okay.
so they're promoting the X-Men. Well,
That is so weird. And are we going to see a crossover? I don't know. This has been like all over the web.
No, it doesn't. No.
I mean, the fact that there might be a Spider-Man crossover with,
X-Men. I mean, that'd be huge.
well, they said that there might be an Avengers and FF cohesion,
Okay.
or a Spider-Man X-Men cohesion.
Sure.
But not all four. There's
a
not
lot-
going to be a
that's a
Marvel,
lot of characters.
Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. They said they will never have them in. But to be honest with you,
it sounds like a freaking George Perez cover right here.
that would be awesome. I would love that.
Like,
But
let's put everybody in
well,
here.
think about it. Think about what a great job that Marvel Studios has done thus far. And for the record, I am up to date on my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it has been freaking amazing. Okay,
you're throwing TV in here too.
I'm throwing TV, and it's all connected. And here's you haven't seen Cap yet, have you?
I have, yes,
You
absolutely.
did?
I have.
Good man.
Absolutely
All right,
I have.
here's what's going to happen. You've got all these guys, all the Avengers and their spin-off characters
Yes.
are all interconnected, which is how Marvel was in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
Under Jim Shooter, everybody was connected somehow. And you had a bunch of artists who got the joke. Like John Byrne would throw in some stuff, and George Perez would throw in a couple. You're looking through Avengers Mansion, and there's a signed picture of Cyclops on the wall in costume.
Yeah.
You're like, holy crap, this is great. And Reed Richards is on the wall in the Pym household in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
What was it? The Ultron saga.
Right.
So they all got the joke. Now everything's getting like really interwoven, especially with the Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., Thor, Cap, those guys.
Oh yeah, and it's great.
And it's phenomenal. You've got Larry Talbot, Major Glenn Talbot. I was thinking Larry Talbot from Wolfman. You got Glenn Talbot, he's going in to clean up S.H.I.E.L.D.'s mess, and it's really kick ass. And then you got the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are on the run, and directly because of the fallout from
Right. The
Winter
events
Soldier
that happened in Captain America and Winter Soldier
count. They count.
Yeah.
Everything counts.
Of course.
And
great.
all of the people who are like, the S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks. I felt the same way about Arrow, but I'm willing to give Arrow, from what I understand, Arrow on TV is phenomenal, and I'm willing to give them a second chance because it was like a pain in the ass to just sit through the pilot episode. I mean, for me.
We've heard.
But I'm willing to give it a second chance, and I might just binge watch all the Arrow season
All
1
on
just to
Netflix.
get to season 2. And again, if I got to sit through a couple of clunkers in
There are a couple of
Agents
them.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
There are a
I'm
couple of
willing
those,
to,
too.
because Steranko's like, I hate this, and you love Steranko.
I do.
Everything you're like, oh my God, look
I-
at you, ladies and gentlemen. Ming was eating, and Steranko was in the general vicinity.
I watched this man eat.
You watched him. You watched
I
everything
watched
he did. It
how
was
this
amazing.
man ate
It was
because
phenomenal.
I wanted to be like him. Yes. And hey, you can't blame. Can you blame me?
No,
Can you blame me?
not at all.
No, absolutely not. So you are happy with the Marvel universe, all the crossovers, how everything is interwoven, interconnected, and will continue to be, at least up until 2028. you're happy.
Tell Johnson that Walt doesn't want to talk to him.
Yes. But no X-Men Spidey crossover. I'm sorry. I also just read a report from comicbookmovie.com. Apparently they've seen the movie or something. They have called it the Batman and Robin of the Spider-Man franchise.
That can never be good.
Will this affect your movie watching maybe even more than a Bryan Singer sexual assault allegation?
No, because I wasn't planning on seeing it anyway.
Really?
I'm telling
You're
you,
not
Andrew.
Gonna see it?
No, I can't. I'm not
Really?
invested
wow,
in.
Look at this guy. This guy's got morals.
I am
He's got
not.
integrity.
I'm telling you, I'm not invested in Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker Spider-Man. I think that Emma Stone is a pitch perfect Gwen Stacy. She is fantastic.
Wow, Friday night, May 2nd. I'm going by myself.
No, you'll go with Ronnie. Ronnie will make fun of the
Okay.
Ronnie RFI Porto will go and make fun of it.
We see it on video?
Probably not.
Wow,
I didn't like
not
the first
even-
one. I've never seen the second one on video. So, and to be honest with you, what was I going to say? The first one was lackluster.
Okay.
Second one, I don't see being any better. And by the way, there's a huge plot point. This is one of my this bugged the hell out of me. Captain Stacy issued a warrant for Spider-Man's arrest. He can't. Only judges can issue warrants for people's arrests. So
Semantics.
yeah,
Semantics. What do you think about this, Mike? Since we're talking about the X-Men, the X-Men are appearing in Carl's Jr. commercials. I don't know if you're aware of this. Carl's
I don't
Jr.
know. Did Bryan Singer direct them? Because I won't
did not.
watch them either, and I won't go to Carl Jr.'s either.
Carl's Jr. is a West Coast burger chain related to Hardee's
Okay.
on the East Coast.
No Hardee's. Hardee's didn't they have that cancer? They were putting like smoke flavor on.
I think they had E. coli burgers, something like that. Yeah, something like
it's
that.
not
So
fun.
let me describe to you a commercial that is out now. The commercial features Mystique. You're
Okay.
familiar with Mystique?
Oh, I am.
Mystique is holding a big ass bacon cheeseburger. It's huge.
How big ass?
It's very large. It's as big as your. Let's say it's just as big as your head.
It's as big as my head.
Now, what happens in this commercial is Mystique staring at the burger kind of quizzically, and she shapeshifts into a strapping man,
A big fat guy.
burly. No, not fat. He's muscular.
He's burly.
He's 6'4", muscular in shape.
Okay.
Man eats the burgers, and a caption comes up, which says, Mike, "Man up,"
Okay.
implying
Gotcha.
that to eat this large burger,
You got to be a man.
You gotta be a dude. Sexist? Does this outrage you as a man?
Yeah,
as a man
I'm
who
so
is,
angry right now. I can't even finish my Carl Jr.'s burger, which is the size of my head.
Okay.
No, but man, it's
Is it a little sexist? You
no.
gotta admit, no.
How is that?
Mystique is a woman, is a
Okay.
female character, correct?
Well, let me ask you a question. Do
okay.
you, when you go out to dinner with your wife,
Sure.
do you eat more than she does?
I eat more than anybody does.
Pretty much. Yeah,
see me
yeah, that's true. But when
Yes,
let's
typically yes.
okay, typically that's most people.
Right.
Okay, my wife eats a much smaller portion than I do.
Okay.
Not just because that's the way life is. That's the way
In general,
physics are.
general.
I weigh considerably more than my wife does. Thank God.
Thank God.
Well, yeah, because if I was, it's like Popeye and
Just powerful and okay.
Like, or,
is that the analogy? You're Bluto and
like
she's olive
Norbit.
oil?
Yeah, or
That's-
what was that? The Norbit one.
Yes, Norbit with Nutty Professor. Like he has a good analogy as well. Sure.
So that's just what man up. Men eat more than women. Do you want that to not be true? Should we be eating
Okay, I just
the
want
same
your
amount?
opinion.
I'm just saying that.
I'm just saying, Mike. In a world where a TV show called Comic Book Man comes out and gets people up in arms, they release a commercial like this, which is even more offensive, in my opinion, to women and comic book loving women.
Okay.
That there should be some kind of outcry. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think
Where's
so.
the outcry?
I think you're. I think you're insane. I think that's not
Where's
right.
the hate that was hurled at us? Now it should be redirected towards Carl's Jr. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't think so. I think you're taking that
And
stuff way too seriously.
You know what else pisses me off? The X-Men selling Carl's Jr. hamburgers. Like, what's next? Like Wolverine with his claws out, like
shish kebabs.
Shish
how
kebabbing.
awesome would that
shish
be?
kebabbing, hamburgers and corn dogs.
I would much rather corn dogs on there would be awesome.
Professor X.
Nathan's dogs. What? Professor X turtle wax?
Yeah, or Professor X. Eating Taco Bell, Doritos, Locos Tacos. Like
Man.
Where does the line get drawn, Mike? This is an outrage. This is gross. Magneto levitating. What do they call it? Flat top grills. Like the fryer baskets. Come on, Mike.
Don't think so. But it's
I see
not
by the look on
exactly
your
the
face,
same
you
thing.
don't give a crap.
Yeah, and then Carl's Jr., you know what? They get a pass.
You're giving him a pass.
I'm giving him a pass.
All right, well, watch the commercial. Watch the commercial. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm telling you, you know what? Here's the thing: is if it's a man-sized burger. Now, let me ask you a question. Don't you think that Swanson Hungry Man dinners should be Hungry Person dinners?
Are they still called?
Or how
Hungry
about we call them Swanson Fat Slob dinners?
I would, except that those dinners are they're not even technically food. So.
True.
They're not technically food.
How about why can't we just call them that? That would be great.
We could. I don't care.
All right, Brian Johnson just texted me.
Okay, and
he says, "I can't believe you're such a sexist. You sicken me."
Yeah, you do. You do.
All right, I'm sorry. You know what?
It's coming on record that it is.
All right. Well, that's just the way it goes. Josh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
Josh. Just in general, just.
Well, let's ask a question here. Are the total pussies? Are we total
Pussy Willows?
Willows. The Bryan
because we have kids
Singer
in the store.
Incident, or just in general? Just in general, yes. Absolutely.
In general, just in general.
Absolutely, a total pussy. We're sitting here on
Pussy
a comic
Willows.
book. So we're sitting on a
Cats.
comic book podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Come on, do the math. Do the math. All right, enough about Carl's Jr.
Yes.
Can we talk about some comic books?
Wow, I wish.
And I want to talk about the Marvel Nows, and I want to talk about.
You do or don't?
I do.
All right, let's talk about
them. Their strategy, if you will.
I know what you're going to say, and because
I want your opinion on
all right.
this. As a comic book reader,
Go ahead.
As someone who rings up people on a day out,
throw it out there.
As a person who collects the receipts at the end of the day,
Right, throw it out there.
All right, Marvel Now. Now they're coming with a bunch of number ones.
Yes,
the number ones are split up into two camps. Number one issues where they introduce or reintroduce a character.
Right.
New writing team, new plot lines, maybe a different incarnation of the
Okay.
character. Totally new, worthy of a number one comic book.
All right.
Let me give you some examples. Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Moon Knight.
Yes.
Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Quick example.
Moon Knight is I think this is volume 5. For Silver Surfer, I think it's volume 4.
Okay.
And Ms. Marvel, 1, 2, 3. I think it's volume 4.
Okay. Now,
as well.
the next camp are issues that are being labeled as a number one, which is more technically of a relaunch.
Okay.
They're these are ongoing stories where they've just been relaunched.
Well,
it's number one. Maybe there's a major plot line, and then to continue the plot line, they'll renumber it.
We call those mini series. But okay, go ahead.
Yes, and so they're doing that. Why? Why, Mike?
Because number one on a comic, there's something in the comic collector's head that says, "I've got to have that. I need that. It's a number one. I need it."
Yes, and Marvel.
Marvel knows it very well. Marvel. Absolutely, and that was really freaking loud, man.
Sorry, I just had to put down the point. Do you agree with the strategy?
Would it be sexist of me to say I do?
No.
All right, okay. I don't want to sicken Brian any more than I already have.
It would be capitalistic of you to say.
Okay, here's the thing. If you have a legit, and I've argued this before, and I will argue it till my dying day. Have each one of these things be a maxi series, a 12 issues, and if you have figure you got 2 story arcs out of each one.
Okay.
If sales necessitate, then you go back and you do a volume 2, 1 through 12.
Right.
And a volume 3, 1 through 12. I mean, you're getting the same results. This way you're starting over every year. Okay? You take 1 year in every character's life.
Sure.
And you as the writer/artist, whichever you are, you flesh out a year of their life. And if sales, warrant you getting an extension, you get an extension. It's just like having a television show.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Although they can cut you off. If they're Fox, they can stop you after 2 episodes.
Right.
So, or Marvel. Marvel has, or DC actually did that with their big implosion. They had a character named Steel. Not Shaquille O'Neal Steel, but Steel, he was the Mechanical Man, and they canceled him after 5 issues. The Joker had a 7-issue run back in the 70s. OMAC the same. It was just really kind of sad.
Sure,
but do it that way.
Yeah,
why not have it? And then you can do. Oh my God, it's volume 6, number 1.
Right.
Volume 12, number 1.
This way, it seems like they're just kind of chopping things in the middle.
Exactly.
Hey,
this is
number 1.
It seems short-sighted, right?
No, not when you consider that it's working sales-wise.
No, but overall,
yeah, sure,
overall, you're going to lose more
overall.
people than you gain. You're not increasing your readership. You're just increasing sales, which
in the long term, sure, that doesn't work. But,
for long term, but for short term, oh yeah, it's great. It's a great idea. But the guy who counts the money at the end of the day, it's nice, but it feels like you're selling kind of part of your soul. You're like, you know what, this is.
I got to tell you though, if you go to comicsbeat.com,
right,
they got numbers. Month to month numbers, dating back to 2004 until now, and when the books relaunched with the number 1, and now it's working. Numbers are huge.
Well, we'll see. That's what I'm saying. We'll see about the readers. It's sort of like it's like the tobacco industry. You need to get a whole bunch of people in to replace the people who are leaving.
I agree with you.
You want to get new readership. You want to tell solid stories, not just have the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
And if you do a whole bunch of number 1s, and then you drop your print run down, say you do 100,000, just for the sake of argument, 100,000 number 1s, and then your number 2 order.
Yeah.
Is it like 12,000? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help you out in the long run.
Right.
You sold a dookie load of number 1s, but
can you keep it up?
There's no momentum. Exactly. And you can put out as many number 1s as you want. Sooner or later, the consumer's going to be like, it's just not worth it.
Now, as a comic book reader, you may or may not agree with this. As a retailer, though.
As a retailer, it's great. And like I said, it's very good, but it doesn't bring the people in. Thank you for not destroying my eardrums. Ming, you know what? You just gave away like 3 pairs of wings, for God's sakes.
Oh, yeah. Hey, another angel's getting his wing.
Hey, look at me. I'm giving out wings.
Hey, martini. All right, I just wanted your opinion.
And here's Vincent, Darth Dude 9001. Also, he asked the same thing. What do you guys think about DC cancellation of Teen Titans? Only not plans to relaunch it already. Again, it's the same thing.
It is.
And I don't know if you know what, we should talk about this on this morning show tomorrow, because it ties in perfectly with what I want to talk to you about.
Absolutely.
Someone critiqued the cover of Teen Titans number 1 that's coming out, and they got a lot of hate mail for it. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. And unfortunately, we are getting towards the end of the hour, and I do have.
Mike's got to go to the Apple Store.
I got to go to the Apple Store.
Well, real quick. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
No, go ahead. We were.
Oh no! Just quick wrap up. We were at the Asbury Park ComicCon this past weekend. Friday night.
And Bryan was PMSing, right?
Friday night, hosted a kick-ass kickoff party.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, we'll go more in depth about that tomorrow. But we did a white folky karaoke. Huge success.
It was.
I'm not just saying that.
And you're not trying to distance yourself.
I'm not trying to distance myself.
Bryan, you lied to me.
I absolutely did have.
Just like Bryan Singer lied to all of you.
We've never done it before. The concept was new to me. That could have gone either way. And was I scared? Yes. Did I have doubts? Absolutely. Did it work better, bigger than my wildest dreams? Yes.
Excellent.
Absolutely. And I did record everything. I don't know if I have some.
Did you really?
I did absolutely.
Excellent. Then we're gonna have to.
I don't know how much of it will hit the air. There's some great blackmail material in there.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I lost my voice almost.
It sounded absolutely horrible.
I lost my voice like a third of the way in.
I'm just
I was
saying,
like,
when
you're
up there and you don't drink, but I had a few, and you're a little nervous and you're having fun. You don't hear yourself, but
no,
everybody
you can't.
else does. And that recording definitely brought out.
Oh, that was god awful.
It's pretty bad.
I can't sing to save my life.
Yeah,
so
but
that's fine.
Stay tuned for the triumphant return of White Folky Karaoke.
We'll do it again. Ming Chen's.
Ming and Mike's White Folky Karaoke.
No, we're going with Ming Chen's White Folky Karaoke. You kidding? I'll glom on, but it's Ming Chen's White Folky Karaoke.
Yeah. Now the actual con. What were your thoughts? Rob put us in a room.
We were in the hot, smelly room.
Here's the thing: we're an oceanfront hotel, not literally a block from the ocean.
Yeah.
I walk in, ocean breeze is blowing through, all the windows and doors are open.
Beautiful,
wasn't it? Beautiful
it?
weekend.
Lovely.
I'm going through the rooms. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. And then I'm like, Rob, where's our table? And he's like, you're right over there. I go in, windowless. Dimly lit, and 100 degrees.
It was 100 degrees, and a lot of people came in to see us.
They did.
A lot of people didn't bathe.
God bless them.
I love you
and
people
for anyone
coming
coming down on us, it's like you guys are charging for photos and autographs, all donated to charity.
Yes, it all went to the Wayne Foundation.
The Wayne Foundation, the Boys and Girls Club of Monmouth County,
and to Lunch Break.
The Lunch Break. So,
Lunch Break, dropping off the Monets tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Now you had a 2:00 panel with the great Chris Claremont.
I was with Chris Claremont.
It will be broadcast for a future episode. I saw
cool.
comics. How did it go?
It was good. Chris and I didn't talk beforehand. I did go up and try to.
That was tough. He had a large line.
Yeah, I went up. I introduced myself. He said, "Hi, I'm Mike Zapcic," and he looked at me like, "Who?" And I said, "Okay."
What did that feel like?
I'm the guy. What did it feel like? It felt like pretty much meeting anybody else in the comics industry.
Sure.
And it was actually we did it. It was some fun.
Okay.
He caught me flat-footed a couple of times. It's like, okay, what do I say to that?
Right.
Because I didn't want to come back at him Johnson style.
Sure.
Which I could have very easily.
Well, you thought it, but you didn't say it.
I did think it, and I didn't say it. So, and there was some stuff in there that was more political than I was comfortable with. But hey, we went ahead. So.
All right, so I recorded that.
Excellent. Then we'll have that
for a future episode. But he was definitely, I would say, the belle of the ball. Biggest.
Yes, he was. He was the biggest name there.
And that
him
was
and
cool.
Steranko.
You got to moderate.
Yeah, it was good.
That's one of your comic book heroes.
Yeah, I get to put it in my win column.
Yeah, Sunday we had a more AM panel, which you will hear.
Yeah, that will be also. We should run that.
There's a video clip on it. Fanboys Inc. shot it through a bit of it on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Cool.
Which will add a little visual to that. But that was definitely fun.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and from what I hear, Cliff says huge success. Huge
All right,
success.
great. Glad to hear it.
Lines down the street. The comic. Here's a quote. The comic book men panel was standing room only. And basically to sum it up, the big cons are like Hollywood blockbusters. We're more like the quirky little indie film that will touch your heart. But bad.
Right, so we touched your heart.
Yes.
And careful of where Bryan Singer will touch you. Oh, too soon?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Are we pussholes? Yes, absolutely.
No, we're not. We actually tackled it.
Well,
we were going to talk about it anyway. And call me a pusshole. I don't care.
Yeah, Walt Flanagan, everybody. Thank you. What?
Oh, we're getting called out by all these people.
By your fans.
Yeah, by your aunts.
Why? Because you would go see the movie?
No, because we wouldn't talk about it. I wasn't going to talk about it. Yeah.
What? They don't take you at your word that you don't want to bring it up because you thought the store was open?
No, absolutely. They never take me on my word.
I wouldn't either. I knew you pulled that one right out of the crack of your butt.
That was like Broder Scorpion save. Yeah.
You were actually going to be like, Mike, he actually said, Mike, can we not talk about this, please?
Yeah, we huddled together.
Why didn't you think you wanted to put it on?
No, I didn't want to bring it up because I wanted to hear more to the story, honestly. I heard one side.
You heard your standing in the comics community?
No, not at all. Not at all. Just more.
All the pro Bryan Singers.
Because you just want to be pro comics. You don't ever want to be down.
No, of course I would be down if there's something controversial like Marvel.
But maybe it's better off if you don't talk about it.
No, not at all.
Talk about happy stuff when I saw comics. Not the ugly.
No, of course I'll dig into the underbelly. I dig into everything. This is that kind of show.
Has he been known to dig into the underbelly in the comics world?
Hell no.
I'm coming down on Marvel for
he said
cash grab.
The DC implosion was a wise decision on DC's part, financially.
When was this?
Just now.
Oh, yeah?
I have no idea what Brian's talking about when it comes.
Come on.
You're on TV. You should have demanded another spot from pop culturism. We should have. Oh, you're on TV. Oh, okay.
You had a bad spot at that?
Oh, there we go.
It was less than ideal, I would say. Sure.
Was there somebody there that you saw a spot and you're like, we should have got that spot?
I mean, anyone else?
Really?
That was good.
Come on, man, after all that, all the airtime you gave those guys,
Yeah.
they put you in a closet?
It wasn't a closet.
It was. Well, you know what? I didn't want to move because we had. We were right next to O'Halloran. It was.
Yeah, it was kind of a.
There was more.
There was a theme.
Those spots that you weren't.
I believe so. Sure.
You didn't feel a need to like maybe.
You know me. I don't really. No, you know me. I'm adaptable.
Ming doesn't rock the boat.
Obviously not.
Ming doesn't rock the.
Is going to go on to be the biggest epic movie of all time. If Ming has anything to say about it or unsay about it.
And he's also going to be cutting checks to the for hush money.
Sure.
Ming Chen will be writing them out. Yes. Here you go. Don't say anything about Bryan Singer. Here you go. Don't say anything about Bryan Singer. Here you go. Don't say anything about Bryan Singer. Oh, what does Johnson say about that one?
Because they were afraid to ask Rob for a better spot at the con and sweat it for 2 straight days instead. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
No, we were actually waiting to see if Brian had come and have him do it for us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not really, but that's all right. You know, actually, I was fine. It was some of the people were complaining more than it was what it was. It was.
Don't name any names, but you mean like people.
There were people who were in the breeze-filled rooms who were like, "It's freaking freezing in here. I want to move."
Everyone was complaining.
Yeah, we would have moved. We would have switched with them, but it would have been just like such a pain.
You're at a con. You're in the pop culture atmosphere. What is there to complain about? Huh?
Not a damn thing.
Except for the weather, apparently, and the temperature. So.
All right.
So I didn't.
All right, I'm late for my appointment.
Complain. All right, see you later.
Oh, it's over?
It's over, Walt.
Yeah, sorry. Unless you want, the mic's open. Sit down.
Brian goes, I would have left.
You did leave.
He wouldn't have showed up. He didn't show up. There was a sign that said Brian Johnson. I would have left. You never came by.
He said that he was a little annoyed that no one even contacted him about the con. No one told him when the panel.
Oh, is that our? Is that?
No,
so that's,
no. I'm not talking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, no one.
Isn't that the job
organizers?
Of the
Absolutely.
con promoters?
Yes,
The
it
people
is.
running the con?
Absolutely, it was.
They didn't even have the good graciousness to even tell him what time.
Well, I
or
can't
day the
answer
con
for
was.
them.
Well, and then they put you guys in a
Pickle?
closet with no
And
air,
a pickle closet.
no ventilation.
Sure.
What is this one?
Brian, I can't read that tweet. That'll get us.
Oh, never mind. And okay, and there you go.
and there you go.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.